trying to figure out which way to sit. I want them to see Darnell running through this man. Like, kind
You know, somebody
of.
every week, don't it?
Yeah, I mean, hey, you gotta love a highlight. You gotta love a walking highlight reel such as that. But hey man, new week. Fantasy football playoffs. Well, not playoffs, championship this week. We got solo sixes and Duke Dare team in there. Uh hey, I just thought about something. Didn't what was it? Team Bowling Park that said like who was he playing in the championship and he lost?
I think so. I don't remember who said it. I think
Uh,
I know I said
crazy.
it, and then I lost.
Hey.
I misread the whole week setup. It was pitiful. I should have. It was horrible.
Yeah, we got that being done. I mean, you know, like I said, championship. Shout out to them. Duke's Darren team, Team Solo Sixes, getting
Only
there.
1 week left. 1
Yeah,
week
when
left.
we let up, yeah, I'm gonna say we already went through ones last week. Remember, winner gets some merch. Merch going out at the end of the month. Yeah. And the trophy goes to the winner. We have a picture. We get a picture with the trophy. Get it published in the next episode. Uh, I do want to give a shout out to Deshaun Jackson getting an extension with Delaware State after taking the team that went 2-21 in the previous 2 seasons to going 8-4
Championship.
this upcoming season. Uh, truly changing that program around. So I do want to shed some light on that. Yeah. Kitty, anything?
Nah, like you said, kudos to D-Jax for flipping that program, injecting life into him. When you get an extension after your first season, that either means you had a great season, or that contract was a little funny to begin with. But hey, either way, congratulations to him. Well deserved.
Welcome to Point Blank Period, Point Blank Period,
Point blank period.
Point blank period.
Point Blank Period. No pressure.
Can't have a baseball conversation without bringing up Otani.
He's a great pitcher and a power hitter. Yo, this man's top five.
I'm still taking today's NFL.
I'm going with the Niners.
None of them are better than Brady.
This is your argument?
No, what I'm saying is, who's MVP? Do they not matter no more?
Like, everything you said before that point is irrelevant.
Not how the NFL works, baby. We drafted your replacement already. So
Whoa. I don't got to talk to no peon.
why not just come back and prove?
This time he's really going off. Fireworks.
Because we can't argue facts. What I told you when you got involved with this.
This
Grown man
is
business. Grown man business.
All right, welcome to Point Blank Period Podcast, the best sports podcast, Point Blank Period. Today is episode 36 at St. Omas. Here's your present. So with that being said, I'm going to start with you, Mr. KD. Who's the present player of the week?
It was tight this week, man. It felt like everybody was balling out. I think you're going to get ones like this. Because I can't get, just because you got 5 touchdowns, that don't mean you the guy. It's so tight. I still didn't even pick. I just left all the names up there, and I was gonna pick on the spot. Man, I'm going with the MVP for the season. When in doubt, go with the MVP. I'm going with Matthew Stafford. The 457-yard performance, 3 touchdowns on top of that, put up almost half 1,000 yards in one game. So yeah, I'm gonna slide with Matthew Stafford for Player of the Week on this one. But it could easily be any of these other names I got listed.
I went to the skill position, and I just wanted to highlight Puka with 12 catches, 225 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, I
that was
say that.
Stafford as his quarterback.
I say
So
yeah. I say that was one of them. I did want to just although I did bring up fantasy, I want to bring it now back to a fantasy player that you have on this team yourself, or your man Ashton Genty actually doing something for you.
oh my God.
Actually doing something for you. 128 rushing yards, got a touchdown, and 60 receiving yards and a touchdown. Gee, what is it? Shades of Boise State.
Now the thing is, I don't need no flash in the pan. This needs to be every week going forward. Because, like I said, in another league, in my league personally, I'm in the championship right now, and I got Genty in there too. So I'm still relying on his performance. So I need you to, get consistent with this. But yeah, he showed out. Other names, you shouted out Puka. You got to shout out Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy put up 5 touchdowns.
Brock Purdy, Trevor Lawrence.
Trevor Lawrence with 4 touchdowns. Chris Olave, 150 with 3 touchdowns, I believe.
He's thriving. He's thriving in New Orleans, which is crazy.
Right. Only thing to thrive in New Orleans is gumbo.
Yep.
Everything else is by the wayside. Oh, and C-Mac. Christian McCaffrey put up 2 tutties too. But this is his consistent performance, though.
Hey, he's I want to say they said he was 151 yards away from going 1,000 and 1,000 yet again.
Yeah, this is what he does.
Yeah, on a short list of 3 people, he's already one of them.
You say Puka, I say Stafford.
Yep.
Gotcha.
All right. From our player of the week to the players that made the Pro Bowl, who should and shouldn't be in the Pro Bowl? I'm gonna start with you, Mr. Amari.
As far as shouldn't, the only player that I say that, I understand why these young players kind of up and coming, and even more so with which is Brock Bowers, Tyler Warren or Harold Fannin, both of them rookie sensations playing big parts in their team. They're having better seasons than Brock Bowers. Both have Tyler Warren literally having numerous rushing touchdowns and having almost 700 or 750, 800 yards, almost 800 yards in the receiving game, in creating explosive plays. And then Harold Fannin having 700 yards and 5 touchdowns. I feel like both of those seasons being more productive than Brock Bowers' season, although he has missed some time. I do think they should be even in more consideration for the Pro Bowl. Devin Lloyd, I think he should have been in the Pro Bowl for the AFC linebackers. I'm not exactly sure who were the AFC linebackers. I just think it was kind of outrageous that he did not get selected. And cornerback Nahshon Wright from the Bears, he's the NFL's leader in turnovers and total turnovers. So I feel like he should have made the list also.
So, Mr. Amari, your outside linebackers for you said the AFC is Benito, T.J. Watt, and I ain't gonna be able to say this other person's name from the Chargers. Rogan Smith and Najee, those are 5 linebackers.
He's not taking Benito or Watt spot for sure.
So being that Devin Lloyd plays inside linebacker,
I thought he was in the middle, but yeah,
he could have definitely took the spot of Alshire or Roquan, to be honest.
No, he ain't taking Roquan's spot. What happened is, just like, and it's crazy because you brought up the same point with the Brock Bowers situation. It's a voting thing. So if you are the best at your position, or even in debate for the best of your position, you get the benefit of the doubt.
I just think Devin Lloyd should have been in the Pro Bowl, leading the league in interceptions as a middle linebacker, or at least leading the league in interceptions from the middle linebacker spot. I feel like he should have been in consideration for it.
Well, he probably was in consideration.
I say he should have been selected in place of either Azeez. Why not? I'm getting the turnover
over
Roquan missed a significant amount of time for him to not be in consideration.
Is Roquan not the best inside linebacker in the AFC?
He is when he's playing. And he was not.
Gonna get you there. Just like Brock Bowers. That's going to get you there. When you're in argument for the best at your position, the votes is going to get you there. As long as you don't have a horrible season, the votes are going to get you there.
I feel like the more standout seasons should be the ones that are highlighted. I mean, of course, I mean, if you do what you do. I mean, Roquan being out and even coming back in did not change the Ravens season. Lamar being out and coming back in changed their season. So he didn't change what was happening in Baltimore. I mean, I can give you what with Brock. I mean, they won a few games. They won more games. They had more significant offense. I
Yeah, they
mean, they
had more
still.
production. They ain't get more wins.
I would say, yeah, they ain't get more. Yeah, they had more production with Brock being back. Baltimore's defense didn't get more stout when Roquan came back from injury.
But
They
that
still
ain't
were
Roquan
losing those
fault.
games.
Roquan still is. I'm not. Roquan has still put up. What I'm saying as far as what he's held to accountable to, and the disruption he could cause on the field.
Yeah,
When I
he's
see
held
him
to an
play,
All
he's
Pro
still
standard because
calling.
he's an All Pro
Still
caliber
calling
player.
that. So he's still, like I said, I have him as the best inside linebacker in the AFC.
He is. He
So I
is.
won't. I won't take him out.
Devin Lloyd could have took Aziz Al-Shirer's spot.
I'm not arguing for him. I was arguing for
Oh, I
me.
say he could have took his spot too. Like I said, if I lead the middle linebackers in general across the entire league, not just the AFC, but in the entire league in interceptions. Why am I not selected? It's like you say, you're gonna be considered, but I feel like he should have been selected. It just is like Nashawn Wright. I feel like you could have picked him in. You could have either had. Well, I personally think Quinion Mitchell should have been there. Cooper DeJean could have been an alternate. Nashawn Wright should have been there.
Yeah, he lead the league in interceptions, right?
He leads the league in total turnovers.
Oh, so counting fumbles too.
Yeah.
Zay Flowers made it with 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, that was about to ask. Any more? Go ahead, Mr. KD. Go ahead.
No, I just wanted to make that statement. Zay Flowers made it with 2 touchdowns, so we can't just
Zay
hold him to
Flowers
the
is
numbers.
Zay Flowers is the second leading receiver in the AFC in receiving yards. It was gonna happen.
How so?
If nobody else can get the ball in the AFC, I mean, I got 1,000 yards, and it's sad to say that that's the second.
If you got
That's the
1,000,
second.
right? Because he's
He
right
got
over
1,000
1,000, right?
yards.
Like a
He's
little over 1,000.
1,090, like 1090.
Yeah, right. It's okay. So you got 1090 and 2 touchdowns, and you got a guy with like 790 and 10 touchdowns. Who do you side with?
This is
If
where
we're going statistic for statistic,
if you going statistically, I'm gonna look at the guy with the 790 and 10 touchdowns. He's more explosive. Yes.
yeah, I thought the name of the game was scoring.
The name of the Pro Bowl is for the fans. It's a fan event.
Right, I get
It's
it.
a popularity contest. You know that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why Roquan won, because it's all about the votes. Your name rings. Roquan's name rings more than Devin Lloyd does.
Mm.
That's how hey, what's his name?
Travis Kelce got back in.
Yeah, leading voter.
I don't want no. I don't want none of that smoke right there. So we're gonna get to the next topic, which is injury and trade rumors, injury report and trade rumors. So I'm gonna start with you, Mr. Amari. We got $100 million problem, and Tua may be one. So Tua getting benched. Is he on a trading block for next? And also Lamar left the game. How bad is his injury? And do you have any more injury reports to update us about? But start off with Mr. Tua.
Ain't no more starting with Mr. Tua. Mr. Tua about to get out of there. The Dolphins did say that they are likely to release Tua. I don't necessarily recommend that. That's $100 million dead cap. This is gonna be bad for them for the next couple of years if they do decide to release Tua. I do think Tua will be he's not going to necessarily have the best value when it comes to trading in this off season, but I mean,
He gonna get some opportunity.
he could definitely be a trade asset, and you could move him somewhere. Like I said, I've been saying change of scenery could mean a lot, but
He's gonna get
to
another
move
chance to start.
on, you said to give him another chance to start.
He's gonna
I
get
feel
another
like
chance to start.
I feel
Watch.
like regardless, wherever he goes, he's going to be in a QB competition. It's not a two as our starter. It's never
Oh
going to be
yeah,
that
he's gonna have to
moment
battle
anymore.
for it. So he's gonna
Yeah,
get an opportunity.
you're fighting for a QB spot now. Um, you got anything to touch on that, Mrs. KD?
Nah, I told y'all he was gone about 7 weeks back. I
Hey, but
told you he was
McDaniel
gone.
keeping his job though. I told you
I
that.
ain't sure about it. I ain't sure
He
about that
keeping
yet.
his job. They already said it. He keeping his job. He keeping his job. He
No,
ain't
yeah,
going nowhere.
they said a lot.
Mike McDaniel keeping his job.
Okay.
Uh oh, but yeah, to transition from Miami to play somebody that's from the Miami area. Lamar, his injury is not set to. It has no true designation. It's listed day to day. He's set to have an MRI soon. Um, Nothing truly to come about, and it doesn't look too severe. So he'll likely play the last two games. But with further injury news, Quinshawn Judkins, rookie running back from Cleveland, broke his leg. Tough break. He had a phenomenal rookie season.
I
Uh,
thought they were trying to blame Shador.
yeah, they tried to blame Shadur because he was talking about his pinky. Um, I was gonna put that on the injury report, but I figured it wasn't really an injury. It was more of just a little hurt. Um, George Kittle with his ankle injury listed day to day. He was subject to a hip drop tackle. He sat out in the later end of the game on Monday. Travion Henderson had a head injury, listed day to day. Not exactly sure. Probably undergo concussion testing this week, to see if he'll be ready for next week's game. Walter Nolan is out with the leg injury. JJ McCarthy is shut down for the season with hand surgery. Gardner Minshew, backup quarterback for the Kansas City Chiefs, towards ACL. So I'm not sure what's going on in Kansas City, but two QBs down with ACL tears is not good news going into next season. But that is all I have for my injury report. Katie, you got anybody else?
Nah, it's just sad, man.
Yeah, you hate to hear this kind of news, especially coming from some of these rookies, even some of these older guys. It's like
You
when
lose your starting quarterback back to back weeks. Kansas City. That's
yeah, you lose your franchise starting quarterbacks and then lose your backup starting quarterbacks. Like I'm not sure exactly who they're gonna walk into this next game with. They're gonna try out some quarterbacks, or maybe just pull up one from the practice squad.
sad. And then JJ McCarthy. JJ McCarthy was my. I had Patrick Mahomes in my fantasy league. He lost. He went. Then I started JJ. Now he gone. So now I got to go to the waiver. I got to go to the wire.
Yeah, I had Patrick Mahomes in fantasy. Yeah, it was between him and Jalen Hurts. He made me stick with Jalen Hurts in the week that Jalen Hurts only gave me 13 points.
Mm.
So we're gonna stay here with our injuries and trade rumors, but we're gonna stay here with our NBA injuries. So Giannis sideline. When shall he be returning, Mr. KD? Also, Trey Young, he returned. What does that mean for the Hawks? And I got a couple of other questions for you. One in particular. Last week we were saying Reeves was out. Now it's Luka Doncic out with a calf injury. With all these injuries piling up on the Lakers, how would that impact the Lakers? It's on you, Mr. KD.
Giannis injury when he first did it, they said he'd be out a month to 2 months. And now they've come out since then and said that he's looking good in the progression. So still expected for Giannis to be back mid January. Um, late January if it's prolonged. Uh, who else we talked about? Trey Young. Trey Young back to Atlanta. Atlanta got a lot of problems they need to fix. One of those problems might be moving Trey Young, to be honest, because they probably got to go back to ground zero and start over to build something that can really compete in the East. But Austin Reeves injury, the Lakers injuries, swapping out. You didn't have LeBron, now you don't. Then you didn't have Reeves, now you don't have Luka. Uh, it can become a problem if it lingers towards the end of the season. The fact that it's all happening early in the season and none of them have been significant enough or serious enough to really garner too much time missed, I think it'll actually work in their favor because it's given when you got a three-headed monster, it's giving
Proper
each
rest.
guy rest, not only just rest, but it gives them a chance to really get going and see how it is with them as the focal point. So you'll have more background info on sets and stuff you can go to in the clutch later on in the season. So this is helping LeBron accelerate his progress back and getting up to par. It's helping Austin Reeves as far as him continuing his stretch as a go-to bucket. And Luka's just a player. When he gets back, he's just gonna slide right in and fit right in seamlessly. So I don't see it as a problem. Now, if they keep alternating this towards the end of the season, then it might be a little tricky. Being that you got at that point, it'll be guys that you question if they're injury prone.
Mr. KD, I got a question for you though.
What's up?
Since you said something about Trey Young being moved, where do you think he would go? Or what do you think the Hawks would decide
If
to
I'm
move him
taking
to?
financials out of it, because I'm not sure how dreadful his contract is, I'm pretty sure it's a heavy one. For this season, Trey Young in Houston, I'm pretty sure financially that can't work. But
That's
I think,
Van Vliet's contract?
yeah, right. But if I'm taking financials off the board, or if that financially can work, I would say Houston because they can cover his deficiencies, so to say. He's not a defender. We all know this. But Houston has so many guys and a scheme and a culture built around them to compensate for that. And I think Trey Young had a green light and he'll be able to go get, buckets. And then when you got Trey Young and Kevin Durant on one team, um, that's a good amount of scoring just for two people. And that's not even counting Sengun, Amin Thompson, which you probably have to move to get Trey. But if I'm not diving into the logistics financially and who we got to lose and all that, I would say Houston. But Miami is a good fit too. I think they really need a point guard.
So, Mr. KD, I got one more question for
Or
you.
Milwaukee.
I got one more question for you. Zion is back. Should we care? How long will he be back? What's your thoughts about that?
I don't know. I was about to say he need a fresh start. I don't even know if that'll solve it. Zion is a story right now that we're losing steam on, where he's going to have to regain that traction as far as he's going to have to regain everyone's interest. I'm not interested in Zion being back, playing or nothing until he stacks some games and stays healthy for a period of time that it makes me it makes me interested into that storyline. But where he's at in New Orleans right now, I think he's done there. I think he needs to move on, and hopefully, him moving on can ignite life into him taking his career a little more serious. But uh, the Zion story is dead in the water right now.
Do you carry that same kind of energy towards Joel Embiid?
Yeah, exact same energy.
Yeah.
But neither one of them.
All right, so I'm gonna get to the NBA trade rumors. So we still got AD and Giannis still on the chopping block, quote unquote.
No, Giannis is
And
not.
Bulls
Tell
maybe
you right there. Giannis is not on the trading block. These are the rumors that keep coming out, and Milwaukee tries to shut them down, but nobody wants to listen because it's a bigger narrative. Giannis is not on the block to be moved right now. Coming straight out of Milwaukee's mouth.
so Bulls may be looking to trade Kobe White. If so, where would be his best fit? And last but not least, Dallas Mavericks may be looking on to move away from Klay Thompson already. What's your thoughts about that, Mr. KD and Mr. Amari? Starting with you, Mr. KD.
AD is the biggest chip right now that I would be paying attention to, and it's really because of the development of Cooper Flag, which makes AD a little more expendable. And they're going to try to build around him, and they could probably find some better fit pieces. But AD is the one to watch. As far as Kobe White is a player that could fit in almost anywhere with his scoring capabilities and his little bit of defensive annoyance, so to say. He could be a plug and play guy on plenty of contenders. Kobe White, a good fit for him off the top of my head. I think he'd be good in like a Memphis, where he can go and be a compliment to John Morant. Hopefully, he might be a.
John not gonna be there.
How about to say that. Hopefully, he can be John Morant replacement, so to say.
He might end up when John leave. He gonna be Walmart John Morant. That's all that's gonna be.
And then Klay Thompson. Uh, Klay Thompson should come for a low bargain right now because he's not as consistent as he once was. I actually like him going back to Golden State. I'm pretty sure that's not going to happen. But that bridge was probably burnt. But I think that'd be a good fit if he wanted to, skate off into
You
the
think he
sun.
burnt? You think he burnt that bridge?
I think they burnt it.
Mm.
I think Golden State burnt that bridge. It shows Jordan
And letting him go. I said letting him go and didn't even offer him.
Yeah, you just let me walk out after all I did there. Who you threw me on the spot? Who you got? Give me a spot for Klay Thompson, Amar.
I'm trying to think of a team that needs shooters.
Everybody.
I say
Is he still a shooter?
everybody's willing to need a shooter. I mean, he's
Is he
technically
still a
considered a shooter. He's not he's not technically a mid-range player. He ain't got no post game, nothing like that. So he's really just a spot up shooter. Uh, Milwaukee could definitely use some shooters. But I feel like at that point, I would try to make more of a splash. You get Trey Young, make a
When I
splash
said
like
that, I was
that.
thinking like, "Ooh, Trey Young in Milwaukee." But then it
Like,
goes to the logistics. What would you give up? So
yeah, I say, yeah, it will come into if it comes into that situation. I mean, like you said, Clay would come at an easier cost to get. So you go and get him. I just feel like Clay coming off the bench. I mean, you might be eighth man in rotation, maybe even further, depending on where you go. So I don't really think it makes much of a difference. He'll fit anywhere, just outside of Golden State. If a team needs a shooter, Clay can fit. It's just what can he give you
years
on any
back, I
given night?
thought 2 years ago, I thought Detroit was going to tremendous fit for him, and it probably still can be. But I think when you go to
I
certain
truly think
teams,
they're better off without.
really,
They're a good team.
yeah, I'm not. Well, first off,
Well, they're
Clay is
good.
not the player no more. He's going to come change a team. I don't think he's
Yeah,
that player no more. He's a glorified uh, role player at this point, and that's just that's the expectations you gotta expect.
So with that being said, I'm gonna get to the next topic. I'm gonna just say the next topic. With the 4-week breakdown, Thursday night fireworks with the Seahawks over the Rams. What's your thought, Mr. KD?
Man, that play was that closing play was tricky, man. I
I thought you was gonna talk about the 2 point conversion because it was a bunch of them.
Nah, I'm talking about that recovery. I don't understand. It was tricky. I'm gonna leave it at that. I ain't gonna get too deep in the words that I was using previously. But it was a good game still. They showed that neither team was exposed. They came to play. It was big game feel. Went to overtime. Um, it was a good performance for both teams. We don't look at either team differently. Maybe the Seahawks, we might give them a little more credit and more respectability coming out with that win. But I think both teams came to play, and it was a good performance.
I just feel like the Seahawks, of course. everybody rallied around Sam Darnold. I mean, of course, they fell into a big hole, and that led into the fourth. But the punt return from Rashid Shaheed, the interception, all of that just kind of fed off the confidence that Sam never gave up on anything that was happening. Even playing the Rams in their prior matchup, him throwing 4 interceptions and not having any touchdowns in that game. And then into this game, just kind of bouncing back. And even, like I said, even when they fell into that hole, just kind of felt like they always still had a chance. So, I mean, of course, they ended up coming back, bringing the game into overtime, and then ultimately ended up winning the game. So, I mean, it's kudos to them. The Sam Darnold move ultimately is working out very much so in their favor. So, yeah, kudos to Seattle.
All right. You got the Bills over the Browns. I know you want to start here, Mr. KD. How you feel about that win that the Bills had over the Browns? I think it was 23-20. It's on you, Mr. KD.
It was 23-20, really?
They played the Browns.
I thought it was that close. I thought it was a little bigger disparity, but it was another performance from Shedeur that we we have to just pump the brakes off that performance he had 2-3 weeks back. But I tell you this, Cleveland's not doing him any favors. I don't know what is going on with Stefanski. I don't know what's going on in that organization, if they really believe in Shedeur or not. But it just seems so inconsistent as far as the situations they're putting him in, that it's difficult to understand. But as far as Cleveland in total, I'm not even going to highlight on Buffalo because, as Amari said, they played the Browns. But as far as Cleveland in total, when we go to that defense, that's really why we're watching Browns games right now. We want to see Myles Garrett get that record, and when he's going to get that record. Even the Mason Graham situation where they tricked it and split half a sack with Mason Graham and Myles Garrett is a little funny. I don't know what made them change that, but hey, that's the history we're watching right now. Outside of that, there was nothing to look for in that game, even with Josh Allen putting on the performance he did. It was really James Cook. Shout out James Cook. I needed that.
Yeah, shout out James Cook. Yeah,
I needed that. The Bills do this.
I mean, yeah, they beat bad teams.
That's what they do.
So, with that being said, do you think that Myles Garrett would get the record on the next game, Mr. KD?
Who they play? If he don't get it that game, he gonna get it the last week because he played.
I said we really want to go there. I personally think he got his best chances. I hope he don't.
Oh, he played Pittsburgh?
Yeah.
Oh, he gonna get it.
All
he needs one, right?
No, you just be hating, bro. Like, why you just be
hating?
Hey,
if he don't get it that week, he getting it the next week.
And so you just be hating, like.
But no, look, he only need one now, right? Because they gave him that half.
Yeah, because they gave him the half. And the funny thing is, Myles Garrett himself said it in the game. He was like, it was mic'd up on the sideline. He was like, when Josh Allen seen him, his eyes lit up, and he hit a 180 and ran to Mason Graham, and then that was what he got credited with the half a sack. I was like, yeah, they just trying to give him.
First, they didn't even give him that. They gave it all to Mason Graham. I think he's gonna smoke that record. He's gonna get one this game, maybe 1.5 or 2, and he's gonna get 2 the last game and create some real separation for whoever comes next.
Yeah.
All right. So I said I want it to be the Not on Us podcast. So Mr. KD, it didn't happen on us. It's on Mr. Amari now. Hopefully it happens then because y'all got them next after that. So sooner or later it's gonna happen.
What's happening?
It's like, would I rather be the quarterback that he broke the record on, or the one that he extended the record on?
No, it's broke. Come on now, you trying to make it. You trying to protect your Steelers. It's who he broke the record on. They don't give it in the history book. Who he kept going against ain't gonna matter.
Okay, he broke the record. He breaks the record against Aaron Donald, but then he creates the separation by sacking Joe Burrow 3 times.
They don't be talking about that part. The moment that everybody gonna bring up, is
you
when
gonna
you broke
you gonna
the
talk
record.
about that part because it's still every single time it's still a record breaking sack. He just broke his own record once again.
Hey, you don't get the same acknowledgement when you break your own record.
I feel like if I put up
It's all right, Amari. I know you're
I
trying to
I
soften
feel
the
like
blow. I understand.
if I put up 17 in one season and then I come back the next season and break my career high, they still gonna sing my praise the same.
It's all right, man. I understand. You got to soften the blow. I get it.
Well, let's speak about a record. 19 in a row. The Steelers with the last second win over the line of 19 consecutive winning season. What does that mean, Mr. Amari?
Tomlin has had 19 winning seasons, which I'm pretty sure a lot of people are tired of hearing about his winning seasons, just as I am tired of hearing about his winning seasons. I need a playoff win.
You know what, IT? These dudes is Steelers. Some of these Steelers fans, they really spoiled, man.
How, man? Because my team win? I'm happy that we
No, the
win.
fact that your team wins and y'all don't care about it. That's the real problem. Y'all keep saying
You're right. I was
19 straight seasons with a winning record.
19 winning seasons is like,
That is
yeah, it's
crazy.
like I said, I mean, at the
But
end of
y'all
the
look
day,
at it as
I'm
anybody
25.
can do it.
Well, 26 now. 26. And so 19 years of my life, we've been
But
winning.
the way y'all talk about it, most of y'all
The
don't
standard is
mean
the
nothing.
standard.
Don't mean nothing.
The standard is the standard, but the standard
He
can
is
also
the
can't have
standard.
a winning record and lose in the playoffs. The
Fire
standard
him and
needs to
watch.
be better than that.
Fire
No,
him and watch the standard.
no, I was never a part of that group.
Watch the
No,
standard. Let him
I've
go
never.
and let's see the
No, no,
standard.
no, 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 no. The standard is the standard. The steal away needs to come out in the playoffs, and that's the difference.
Now I'm with you. I get that all these winning seasons needs to lead to some playoff success. I'm not arguing that. I'm just saying y'all just get to the point of if we don't get no playoff success, just throw away the 19 straight winning seasons. That is
Hey,
crazy.
Mr. KD, as Bills and Bengals fan, 19 straight winning season, Mr. KD. 19 straight.
It ain't just Bills and Bengals. It's almost any NFL team.
Yeah, about 8% of
19
that.
straight.
19 straight outside the Patriots.
Patriots ain't even do that.
Yeah, they had all season. They had all season. The Matt Castle year.
19 straight. Come on now. Now I know some of them was 500 seasons. I get that. That's just. But hey, 19 straight. And then when we really dive into it, the man ain't had a quarterback since Ben Roethlisberger.
Yeah, I mean, you haven't had a quarterback really, so you've been making a lot of the times these regular season runs
So that
off of all defense.
So that heightens his 9-8 seasons or his 8-8 seasons that he ran into.
Yeah,
He did
because
8-8 with Mason Rudolph,
I have to give
Trubisky.
him kudos when you walk into a game with Robert Golden, Duck Hodges as your quarterback, Terrell Edmonds, like I said, Robert Golden, Terrell Edmonds, Artie Burns, and you still end up with a above 500 record. Yes. That is the worst defensive back group, and Duck Hodges, honestly, as good as I can't say as good as he was, but for what he did, should not have won games, but he did. So I have to give him kudos for that. But I mean, the 9-8 seasons have to come with something at the end of it,
I get that.
and
I'm
it
not
shouldn't
arguing
be an exit as soon as I get there.
I'm not gonna argue that. You're right about that. At least one or two of them. Like we shouldn't be going. What is it? Like 6 years now?
Yeah, 6 years. 6 years. It's like
Yeah,
even if you were to get a playoff win and we go into the next round and then go home, I could be under.
But you know what that
lessen the
ties
blow.
back to, Amar? In the playoffs, it's hard for me to win with Mason Rudolph, Mitch Trubisky, Justin Fields. Like I can get through the regular season and the waivers and all of that, but in the playoffs, I gotta have a quarterback.
Yeah.
See, Mr. KD, I think you're talking about making tuna-ish to tuna fish. And that's what Tomlin been doing the whole time. Well, not the whole time, for majority, since the last 2 years of Big Ben career before his retirement. But with that being said, I'm going to ask you this one last question, Mr. Amari. Is this y'all biggest win this season? Y'all beating the Lions? It's on you, Mr. Amari.
Nah, any win over an AFC opponent is AFC North opponent is better than this.
I say
I'm,
that
I'm
Ravens one. That Ravens one was the
yeah, that
biggest one.
Ravens one was probably the biggest win, but I feel like this is the when you think of a David and Goliath game, we walked into that game into their home being the underdog and won. That's I'll take that as that.
We're gonna get to the Bengals as you win over the fence, Mr. KD. What's your thoughts? Like, how easy was it going through the Dolphins? Like, you've been talking crap about them all season long. Now you finally faced them. What was your thoughts?
It was exactly what I thought it'd be, man.
Fish out of
You can't,
water.
you can't, man. You playing in great weather like that, man. You can't tease us with a good time like that.
Fish out
We
of water.
we saw sunlight in warm temperatures on a Sunday at 1 o'clock. Oh yeah, this game about to be beautiful. No conditions to run through. Listen, shout out to the defense. I'm gonna keep it serious. The defense was able to come up with some
Actually
opportune turnovers.
played ball.
They actually played. Still was horrible on tackling, but they actually were opportunistic, and sometimes that can get you by. Just
Tell
making the play when it comes to you. So we
them
were
they
very
need tackling
opportunistic.
circuits all summer.
We kept giving them. That ain't gonna work. We need tackling. We need to bring in tacklers. We got to get them all out of there. You know who the number one, Mari. I'm ready for him to go. He missed like 3 tackles in that game. I'm ready for him to go, man. But they was very opportunistic with the turnovers and the big stops. Keep giving the ball back to the offense. Joe Burrow was on one, spreading the ball around to all the weapons. Chase Brown had a phenomenal game. So yeah, the offense
Yes.
showed up.
Yes.
Yeah,
That man balled on my fantasy team.
yeah. Chase Brown had a phenomenal game. The offense had a phenomenal game, but the defense was opportunistic. And but at the end of the day, of course, it's all bittersweet because our season's over. So it was a good win. You love to see a win. I needed that win because, like you said, I've been talking trash about the
It's like
Dolphins
it's
since I've
like
been
yeah,
here.
you
So
you kind of want that win, but it's like, well, I can understand this. It's being Joe Burrow, being the true competitor that he is. You want to play, you want to win. You never want to lose. But with your season being over, wouldn't you have rather lost to have a better draft position?
heck no, we can't draft anyway.
You could you could have. I don't know exactly what you would have been looking for outside of a defensive player,
Safety,
but yeah, I'm about to say safety. I mean, you could
because
get
he got to go.
the linebacker from Texas Tech.
He got to go. Jordan Battle is all right. We gotta fix that other side. This guy is bad, and he was
Yeah,
good. Well, he at least seemed good in
he
Baltimore.
led the league in picks that year.
That's why I'm lost. Like maybe it's because his picks
Came because of the
compensated
fact that he had
for
a
his
pass
tackling.
rush.
That's true too. That does play hand in hand. But his tackling, open field tackling, man.
Oh no, I don't think he ever been that, but that was why they had Deshaun Elliott.
But we need Deshaun Elliott
Nah, he on Pittsburgh. We can give him up.
because that guy.
All right. So, Mr. KD, the Chargers shot the Cowboys. What's your thoughts?
Man, the Chargers are the quietest
I
threat
picked them to
right now.
win.
The Chargers are the quietest threat. Nobody's talking about them, and they keep stacking these wins, and they keep having these offensive performances. The defense has been consistent the whole year, for the most part.
Yeah.
Um, so
The offensive performances have only been hindered behind
the
the fact
injuries,
that they literally don't have either tackle. They
yeah,
they lost
that
one
line, that
for at
line,
the beginning of the season, lost the other for a couple of games, and then lost him for the entire season.
yeah.
So
But
it's
they still winning. So
yeah,
I'm saying they're quiet. Nobody's talking about them, and they sweeping right under the radar, almost like the Jaguars was till this week. They just sweeping right under the radar, riding it out, and they're an extreme threat when you get to the playoffs when the games matter. But as far as that game, it was just we saw the levels. It was levels.
yeah, yeah. That is how you just chalk it up. It was levels. I feel like there's some better ones. Like, there's some better ones to come for them. To be all
Who,
right.
Cowboys?
I mean, yeah, they got draft capital, so they got a
We're
bright
talking about
future.
next year.
Yeah. That
Oh,
we're talking about. Yeah, this season's already done. It don't matter. Nothing that they do right now
as
matters.
long as they keep picking, they starting right.
So, Mr. KD, I ask you this question every week about the Broncos winning. But finally, the 11-game Bronco winning streak has been snapped. What's your thoughts about that?
Kind of what I said about when y'all beat New England.
They needed it.
You need it. Sometimes you need it because it
You need
gets
to
you to
snap back to
refocus.
reality.
Yeah, it needs you to refocus. You gotta taste blood sometimes to realize I'm still human. So I feel like it's perfect time.
Right before the playoffs, it's a real good time to. Yeah,
Perfect
hey,
time.
you can be stabbed. You can be
And
slapped.
it's coming off Bo Nix probably past week his best performance as far as 4 quarters. And then he coming into this one and you lose to a AFC foe.
Team that you don't see in the playoffs.
And really what it looked like is the Jaguars wanted it more, to be honest with
hmm
you. It just looked like the
Trevor
Jaguars
Lawrence
wanted
wanted
it
it
more.
more.
And
Parker
like
Washington
me and
wanted it
Amari
more.
agreeing on, sometimes you need to take that punch so you can refocus. And now we get going. Now we can start a brand new streak. These
Was
games
it
way a little heavier.
the one phrase that everybody got a plan until they get punched in the mouth, and that's exactly what happened. It's like
Yeah,
you thought you
Jaguars
had it
punched
all
me in the
figured
mouth.
out until they punched you in the mouth.
Jaguars punched me in the mouth. But the crazy thing about these games like this right here, I asked both of y'all to see if I'm valid. Jaguars beat the Broncos in this game right here. But if we
hmm
say Jaguars and Broncos playing in the playoffs, who you siding with?
I would take the Broncos just off of coaching. This is Sean Payton. I would take him and his brain in that moment.
But wouldn't you have you would have the Jaguars? I think I'm with you. That's the point I
I
was
feel like
making.
the Jaguars are peaking, and they're peaking at the right time.
But now that you've beaten me, you can't sneak up on me. You get what
Yeah,
I'm trying to get at?
it's
Like
like
now, when I see you in the playoffs,
it's the
I'm
same thing
coming
as
with
like I
it.
was saying with the Patriots beating the Bills the first time. It's like, yeah, they had no expectations for them. So when they
Right.
played them, they got caught off surprise. Now going into the second matchup, I know what I'm expecting, and
Exactly.
they
You
won, and the
can't catch
Bills
me
won.
sleeping now.
Yeah,
So that's what I'm saying. It
you can't
works in
sneak up on them.
Broncos' favor. Yeah. So like I said, they needed this one. Um, hey,
And I feel like a lot of that honestly is due to the fact that a lot of people don't respect Trevor Lawrence as a rushing threat that he can be, and he's been using his legs a lot more, his mobility a lot more, and I mean that's just adding
another shout out.
a little bit more to his game.
Well,
But
this
I
is
do
the
want
first time
to
we
shout out
actually
Liam
seen him.
Cohen and
That's what
what
I'm about
he's
to say.
done.
Because we did Coach of the Year last week, and I don't even think we said him.
Oh, I say
Did
yeah,
did
Liam
we say him?
Cohen, Ben Johnson,
Yeah, we said
um,
Ben. We said
yeah,
Vrabel,
Mike Vrabel, but
but
no,
we
we
didn't
did
say
not
Liam
give
Cohen.
any.
And
No,
we need that needs to be said because he's breathed brand new life into Trevor Lawrence. All the stuff he's been through, we already know about with coaches,
Mm,
and now he's actually looking like the quarterback that he was expected to be. So that's a shout out to Liam Cohen. We had 2 coordinators jump ship and change the franchise overnight, man.
yeah. Two coordinators and a coach that Tennessee tried to write off.
Yeah, but Ben Johnson and Liam Cohen, they came
Well,
because
I feel
the
like
offensive
everybody knew
minded.
Ben Johnson was gonna change some team. He just waited for honestly, it was kind of funny to be for the team to be the Bears, but his thing was that he wanted to beat the Packers. Um, I feel like he waited for a team with the with a real good infusion of young talent before he jumped ship. I feel like he just really went at the right time.
Yeah, it was the best situation for him as well. And the
Yeah.
same thing with Jacksonville, but this is hindsight. We didn't see it that way. But I didn't see it that way when he made the move. I knew he had a quarterback he was going to. That's cool. But I was looking at everything else and I was like, still
I
some
mean,
work to be done.
yeah, because I mean,
But
aside
now I'm
from
hindsight. I'm looking
the
back
few
like, God dang, they
defensive
got a good
pieces that he
defense.
had,
they
yeah,
got a
like
good
aside from the
defense.
few
They got a good
defensive pieces
offense.
that he had, and like you saying, like the him having a quarterback, and you have a quarterback at that point, you had two running backs, and Travis Etienne was coming off of his worst year. So you have a running back controversy. Like you had one receiver at this point, which is Brian Thomas Jr. But even still, to start the season, he was having a down year. And it was mainly on them running the ball and their defense really coming up heavy in turnovers. So I'm not sure exactly what kind of meal he gave them and took away, but he made that team hungry, and they're definitely going to get it.
Yeah.
All right, Mr. Amari. The Eagles captured the NFC East with the win over the Commanders. What's your thoughts about that?
They have no competition. There's nobody that they were. Dallas was bad early in the season. I mean, like, they were bad. The Giants are just bad, and the Commanders just happened to end up with the worst luck of it all and be plagued with injuries. They had no competition for it. I mean, even with poor offense for most of the season, they still were winning games. So, and Philly was going to win the NFC East, no problem. They have nobody to compete with.
This was a horrible post championship season for them, and they still end with, you know, on
They
paper a
still
great
end up
record.
with a chance to go back.
Yeah, and the crazy thing is, being champions, you have to look at them as the same level of threat now that the slate is clean when you start the playoffs. So
Hmm.
even after all the stuff we watched with them this season, you can't write them off once the playoffs start. So that's just the benefit of being a champion. But as far as that game, I don't even have a comment.
All right, I'm gonna start with you, Mr. KD, with the big late game TD. The Bears pick up a win against Green Bay. What's your thoughts about that? And Caleb Williams in particular. What's your thoughts?
I think this is the start of a great rivalry of quarterbacks coming forward. I think those Jordan Love, Caleb Williams matchups are going to rival the Peyton Manning Brady. I'm just happy to see Caleb Williams put the performances out there consecutively that shows his real capabilities moving forward and what his window really is. So uh, the NFC North is in good hands. I'll start saying that, and I think that Caleb Williams Jordan Love rivalry is going to be entertainment for the next
The
5 6
NFC North is ultimately going to end up being in great hands with either Minnesota keeping JJ McCarthy or eventually drafting another young quarterback. But the oldest quarterback in that division is Jared Goff, and Jared Goff is just quietly entering his 30s. And the Lions have a bunch of great young talent around them, so they're going to be good for some time. And like you said, with the up and coming of the Bears, they're going to be great. Um,
next year.
it's
Come next season, towards the end of next season, I think that rivalry that I'm talking about is
mhm.
going to be for the best quarterback.
I say yeah because that I'm assuming this is we're thinking that Matt Stafford's retiring.
Matt Stafford is like he's there, but I won't call him the best just because his age. I can't like I would slide those younger guys over. But as far as performance on the field, yeah, Stafford is still there.
I say I'm because I was in my head. I was really just trying to figure out like so who would be the who I was trying to think like so who's the best QB
Jalen
in the
Hurts, man,
NFC?
right now.
It
Man, we
has to
going
be
too
Jalen
long with this.
Hurts.
We going too long. Right now, the argument. I ain't even gonna say who it should be. I'm gonna say the argument. It got to be between Stafford, J Love, uh, Dak, really, Dak, Jalen Hurts. I'm gonna leave it there. I ain't even gonna go to 5. But I think Caleb next year, once we see him do it again, and hopefully take a step up, I think he gonna creep into that conversation.
Okay.
Baker was creeping, then he just
You're right. Speaking of Baker, I'm gonna start with Amari Panthers over Baker and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. It's on you, Mr. Amari.
I think Amari called Carolina. He must have some contacts.
I, I, I sat here and I told you. ain't nobody want to believe me. Said Carolina had a chance.
No, I was with you when you said they had a chance. I just didn't believe in their chance.
He didn't believe that they was going to beat Tampa to take that chance, and then Tampa was just going to start slipping, like I
See,
said
I didn't
too.
believe in that. I ain't believe in Tampa slipping like this.
I ain't think they was going to fall off the face of the earth at all either. But I mean, injuries definitely do that to you, from the receiver, from the O line to the receiving core to your QB. It'll do it.
Yeah, they were taking
Um, I I don't know. Like I said, Bryce Young has been putting on some games. That defense, they have been balling. The game winning stop that the defense came up with. It was
that was a miscommunication, man.
miscommunication. Whatever you say,
It looked like an option route. Mike Evans chose in. Baker thought he was going
Mike
out.
Evans chose wrong, and then yeah, Panthers ball. Uh, Panthers haven't been in this position since Cam Newton's MVP season. If most of you don't know, that was 2015. It's been 10 years in the making,
I was
and they
watching the game with
finally
my
doing
cousin.
it.
My cousin a Panthers fan. I was watching the game with him. I said, "Man, when the last time you had a meaningful game in December?" He was like,
2015.
"Yeah." I was like,
It's
"Yeah."
like, and since then, it's been the Saints and the Falcons giving them belt, and then most recently the Bucks. So they really
Everybody had a
haven't.
turn.
Yeah, everybody had a turn but Carolina since 2015, and now being back in this position, um, I think that as crazy as it sounds, I think Carolina is one of those teams just like they're hungry because they
Mark,
haven't had
cut it,
anything.
Mark, cut the.
Hey, I ain't saying I'm just saying this is how they winning.
They gonna win
Hey,
first round.
I don't know who they play. I don't know who they
Are
gonna
they
play,
gonna win the
but
first round?
I don't know who they gonna play.
All right, okay.
They beat the Rams at home.
So if they get the Rams first round, you got them winning.
I think they're gonna get the Seahawks. If they get the Seahawks, they might win.
No,
Actually, don't they play the Seahawks this? I think they play the Seahawks this week.
Seahawks might get a bye if it keeps out the way it
I
is.
think no, but I'm saying I think I want to say it's either San Fran or Seattle. They play the Panthers this week. So
Seattle play the Panthers this week.
uh, well, I guess you can't if you play them this week, you can't hide the guns before the playoffs. So you gotta. I mean,
You
to be
gotta
honest,
cut it out, man. I
The
already gave
Panthers
you your
gotta.
credit. You was right.
Hey,
I gave you your credit for them winning the NFC South and making the playoffs. You got to cut it somewhere, though. You're not gonna keep going along with this.
all right. If they match up with one of the NFC West teams, I feel like
They
they
will
got
be
a.
the
I feel like they
worst
got a
playoff
chance.
team in the playoffs.
I'm not arguing that point. I have no argument for that.
So I'm gonna start with you, Mr. Amari. As the Chiefs crumble turns, a Titanic win for Tennessee. What's your thoughts about that?
A Titanic win for Tennessee. I mean, it is big. I mean, but I feel like it was kind of. I don't want to call it dumb, but I mean, hey,
Hey, be
it was
careful.
stupid.
Be careful. They'll find you if you work for a team. They find you for saying what you about to say. You can't throw no
It's,
games away.
I mean, yeah, it's like you don't want to throw games away. And I mean, of course, I mean Cam Ward again, like I was saying earlier, just about Joe Burrow. Cam Ward is a competitor. You don't want to lose. You never want to lose, especially the game that you love. But I feel like this was ultimately a meaningless win because. But then again, you're still in the top five draft position. So you're not really whatever you don't get at one or two, you'll get at three, four, or five. So it doesn't really change the outlook for the Titans. They still gonna be in the top five draft selections. Uh, Good win for them. I just think you ultimately should have just stuck with tanking.
They probably tried to.
I mean, after Gardner Minshew tears his ACL, that you probably just accidentally won for real.
Exactly.
You throw a few passes, a guy just happens to run into the ball.
Mr. KD, the Tennessee Titans playoffs hope still alive, but they win. What's your thoughts about that?
No, it's not. What are you talking about?
Let's stop lying. Why are we lying? IT rage baiting.
I think he meant the Texans.
Yeah, he meant the Texans. He meant the Texans. Had to meant the Texans because I told that too. You said the Titans. He had to have said he meant the Texans because I said that too. I said the Texans. Hello.
I definitely mean the Texans.
I just want to say, even though I was wrong about the South bringing 3 teams, I was right about the Texans still making the playoffs.
No, you won't. They ain't make it yet.
They're gonna make it.
Right about.
Yeah, they got. I mean, they got to win the South.
Colts are still in there. No, they ain't winning the South. What you talking about?
I said they would have to.
They not winning the South. Jacksonville in the South, ain't they?
Yeah.
They not winning the South.
11-4.
They better take that spot from the Colts. That's what they need to be hoping on for.
And the Colts in the hunt, they're like 8-7.
Nah, the Colts. I think they. Oh yeah, 8-7. You're right. But that's what I'm saying. They trying to get that last wild card spot.
Mm. But they didn't get it.
Because it's only one wild card spot left, right? Because the Bills clinched, the Chargers clinched, Jaguars clinched.
Oh yeah, that's only
clinched,
it's only
Denver
one.
clinched.
Yeah, it's only the South and the AFC North. Those are only 2 spots open still.
Nah.
Oh, that last wild card spot.
So the Jaguars didn't clinch the South; they just clinched the playoffs.
Yeah.
I thought they clinched the division.
So the Texans got to win. The Texans got to win a tie against the Chargers, or the Colts lose or tie against the Jaguars. So basically, they need the Colts to lose against the Jaguars and the Texans to win.
This is for the division or for the wild card?
In order for the Texans to get a playoff spot.
So a wild card spot.
Wild card, right. Uh-oh, hold up.
All right. So we get to the Ravens losing to the Patriots. What's your thoughts about that, Mr. KD? The Ravens lose to the Patriots.
Ravens losing to the Patriots.
Boo!
I don't have no thought. They lost their quarterback, so that kind of shrews everything.
That's the only thing I'm kind of upset about. I had Lamar on fantasy, and I lost a matchup all because he didn't go back in the game. But another thing I do want to kind of
maybe the man was hurt. Don't say it like that.
I mean, yeah, I'm thinking of it as a fantasy owner right now. I'm not looking at it as the actual former player. Yeah, he might have been hurt. Because I don't think in a game like this, if he wasn't hurt, he wasn't just going to. Yeah, I don't think he would just decide to sit out of that game. But another thing I do want to point out is that after Derrick Henry put up his second touchdown in that game, he did not get back in the game at all. I don't understand.
He was hurt too.
Oh, I didn't know he was hurt. They never even came up with a designation for that. They just kind of never.
They were saying the narrative is they lost their quarterback and they started running back.
Okay, you trying? I feel like they're trying to force a narrative up there, but yeah, boo to them. I feel like it's the only game I do feel like we did miss, even though it doesn't. I'm not gonna say it per se matters. The Saints and the Jets.
All right, y'all. This was a good show.
The Saints blew out the Jets. Taysom Hill is the only player in NFL history to have 1,000 passing yards, 1,000 rushing yards, and 1,000 receiving yards. That's the only reason why that game matters. All right, move on.
I'll see y'all next week.
Man, he's a hater.
Well, we got time. We done went over on this. We done went over on this third topic already. When we
Is it
squeeze
time
the Saints
for
and
the
the Jets
Ravens
in,
to move
done.
off Harbaugh?
Say what?
If John Harbaugh leaves the Ravens, I don't know. I don't know what they will bring in. I mean,
I'm so
John
tired of
Harbaugh's
this
been there
AFC North.
for John Harbaugh's been there for 18 years. It's like I don't see another coach coming into that
Tired.
team and
I'm
changing
tired.
it.
I'm tired of the AFC North, man.
I'm sorry that
You
all
got
of us
two
can't just
legendary
revolving
coaches.
door coaches like you can't.
You
Our
got
coaches
two
are doing
legendary
bad now.
coaches that have been to the top of the mountain, and y'all talk about letting them go, and we holding on to.
Your coach been to the top of the mountain
No, he been to the
more
mountain.
recently.
He been
He
to the
been
mountain.
you're right. You're right. He been to the bottom of Mahomes Mountain as
He was on the
some
mountain.
platforms call it.
He didn't get over the hump.
Hey, it's hard to get over the hump. I mean, they got over the hump a decade ago.
I want y'all to fire Tomlin though. I want y'all to do that. Let him go.
Why?
Because I want him. He need to come to Cincinnati. Let him go.
I want Tomlin to stay. As far as Harbaugh, I don't think the Ravens should get rid of him. But if they decide to, it would pain me to see. I have seen a lot of reports of was it Lou Anaramo
Lou Anarumo.
and yeah, and Robert Sala actually. So um, I would really hate for them to have Robert Sala, but.
So,
The answer is no.
last but not least, we got the 49ers over the Colts. What's your thoughts, Mr. KD?
Shout out Phillip Rivers. He had a good performance. He looked good. Looked way better than I thought he would in his bounce back plays.
Hey, Daddy.
But Brock Purdy put up 5 touchdowns and put him away.
I thought the game was gonna be I thought it was gonna be separated a lot earlier. Phillip Rivers definitely hung in there. Like Miss Katie said, shout out Phillip Rivers. Definitely putting up a game. He got stories to tell to his kids and then his kids. So he got some stories. Truly the definition of longevity. Um, they San Fran didn't blitz as much, but I feel like it's more of a
Surprised me.
testament to Indiana's O line. They kept Phillip Rivers clean. They kept him upright.
Mr. KD, with that being said, shoulder up. I told Mr. Murray this. Phillip Rivers was spectacular. From the shoulders down, that man can't do it no more. Like,
Did you ever hear that it was a interview where Tom Brady was basically saying that the place where the game is at now is so pass heavy and so basic because he said they dumped it down. He said if you can come in as a veteran quarterback, as long as you can have protection, you can pick these defenses apart.
and look, and that's
the
great.
game is
And
so much simpler.
I didn't hear that, Mr. KD, but I just told Mr. Murray, I said this. I said that when Brady went to Tampa Bay, he went there with everything that Phillip Rivers had from the shoulders up, with still Hall of Fame or Pro Bowl caliber quarterback skills from the shoulder down. Phillip Rivers doesn't have that anymore from the shoulders down. I don't think he can throw past 35 yards accurately.
Oh, he did it.
Yeah. 1 out of 10 times, it was a struggle. He was mustering. He was. But I'm not here to denigrate him. My bigger point is this, though. How far can they go with this? Is it time to start somebody else, or are we gonna ride this out for the last 2 weeks? That's my question.
Who are you starting? Who are you starting? Anthony Richardson?
Honestly, no, your best bet would be Anthony Richardson or Riley Leonard. But I mean, I truly think if you're trying to
You
win,
said that's
Phillip
your
Rivers is what
best
you
bet?
get. If you're trying to replace Phillip Rivers,
Oh no, but your best bet is Phillip Rivers.
yeah, he's gonna give you your best chance to win.
Right.
If you're trying to replace him, it would be Anthony Richardson and Riley
Why
Leonard.
you shouldn't be
They
trying to
honestly
replace
didn't want to. If they didn't want to put them out there in the first place, I don't think this right now is the time.
Exactly. It was a reason I called this 40-year-old guy.
And I
Well,
feel
no,
like
I can't say that.
That is sad.
I can't say that because at that point, Anthony Richardson wasn't cleared.
And Mr.
So-
KD, before we get to the next topic, that was another point I'm about to get to. Another 40-year-old that people were throwing out there was Matt Ryan. Why didn't they call Matt Ryan? You think that he had a stronger arm? He a little more lively? Do you think he can?
Matt Ryan has
Matt
blatantly
Ryan.
said he's done. He's
You said
blatantly
what?
said he said he's done. Matt Ryan said he says that vocally.
Matt Ryan hasn't officially retired though.
He said he don't want. The narrative I heard, he don't want to come back. Now, if I was reading wrong, then maybe he waiting on an opportunity.
He probably has openly said like he doesn't want to return back to the NFL, but I'm just saying like he hasn't officially retired yet. So
But really, Phillip Rivers' thing was his familiarity. The fact that some of those players he's played with.
it's kind of the same thing because Matt Ryan was under not necessarily the same tutelage with Shane Steichen, but he ran a similar offense. He also played for the Colts. He had a tenure with those same players. So you could have also been plug and play, but I mean, you're not that far removed as Phillip Rivers was. It's like he could have been.
I've been saying every week, Joe Flacco, I think, would have been the ideal candidate.
Joe Flacco would have been the ideal person. If that also goes to if Cincy was to release him and they would have been able to pick him up.
I feel like if they would have called, obviously that's illegal, but it still happens. If they would have reached out to his team and said, "Hey, what's the chances of you getting over here?" I don't see we would have held him hostage, so to say. Like we would have let him be free to make that decision.
All right. So if you need a 40-year-old quarterback, Joe Flacco's your man.
So the crazy thing is, you can win with a 40-year-old quarterback in this game right now.
Nah, I know, and that was Brady Point right there. That was absolutely. Even though I haven't heard that interview that you spoke about earlier, I know that was Brady Point. At 39, 38 to 42, Brady saying, as long as I'm still healthy, I kill these kids out here. But with that being said, let's get to our winners, like a Brady, of the Week 17. So it's our 7 winners of Week 17. I'm going to start with you, Mr. Amari.
I got Dallas beating Washington.
Surprise.
Yeah. Detroit bouncing back versus Minnesota. Denver beating Kansas City. Green Bay beating Baltimore. Need that. I got the Chargers beating Houston. I have Pittsburgh beating Cleveland, of course. The Giants beating the Raiders. This is also the battle of the first overall pick. This needs to be announced. Atlanta versus the Rams. I got the Rams. The Rams are going to make that first round pick that they got from Atlanta top 10. But how many was that? Was that 7 or was that 6? I think I was just listing them off.
Yeah, I won't keep the count.
I got another one. I got y'all beating Cincy. I got Cincy beating Arizona. Man, sorry. Flip the animals.
Yeah, I got the Bengals over the Cardinals, of course. I got the Chargers over the Texans. I got the Ravens over the Packers just for the fact that I don't see Jordan Love playing.
Malik Willis is bowling.
If Lamar Jackson's playing, you need to beat Malik Willis, especially with your season on the line. Jaguars beating the Colts. Seahawks beating the Panthers. And I got the Bills beating the Eagles.
I do have the Bills beating the Eagles.
I appreciate that. Both of y'all got the Bills over the Eagles. My biggest question is, why do y'all have the Bills over the Eagles? I'm going to start with you, Mr. KD.
2 reasons. One, the Eagles have not, even though their record shows something different, they have not looked good this year. As far as identity, we're still questioning that, and this is Week 16. So that part stands out. And the Bills come to play when they play, so to say, upper echelon teams. So I expect them to come to play and put out a performance.
I just expect whenever Josh Allen's down, he turns into the Winter Soldier and he just really takes over games. I don't think this Philadelphia defense is really gonna hold him back. I feel like the main thing that's gonna kind of hinder him in this game is the fact that there's no true wide receiver one target. The one problem that we've been saying all year. Um, and with the two corners that they do have, I mean, I feel like your best chances is that Khalil Shakir will feast in the slot, or maybe even more so, this will be a game where the tight ends thrive. But the run game is going to be kind of scarce, I think, being that Philadelphia's D line is very good, but even more so, they play very close to the line. So this is going to be something that this is going to be a game that I think that Josh is going to have to air it out, and
Another
it's
I
it's
want
going
to
to come into
acknowledge.
the.
Go
Hmm?
ahead, my fault. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh no, I just think this is a game where it's going to be on his arm and his receivers.
I was gonna bring up the part that acknowledged my fault because some weeks back we talked about Keon Coleman when he had that incident on the sideline, and I was like, it's not gonna be a big deal moving forward. Since that moment, he's been inactive for 3 of the 4 games. So obviously something has went left with him in that franchise, and yeah, so now that's a situation to watch.
uh, Healthy scratch.
Hey, so when I asked that question, Mr. KD, because I'm gonna get to the next topic, I thought I was gonna get a lot of love, but I'm not feeling the love. I'm not feeling the Buffalo love. I'm not feeling it at all. I don't feel it. I thought y'all would say who was the better team. We better execute it and all that. It made me feel even worse. I don't think y'all really picking us. So with that being said, this is your segment, Mr. KD. So in
I'll
other
lie for
news,
you. I'll lie for you before I lie to you.
Your best chance is the fact that y'all are in the AFC and we want y'all to win over the NFC team.
hey, Mr. KD, I think that's the most honest statement that's ever been said on this podcast ever. I think that's the total truth. Only because I'm an AFC brethren. I think that's it. But
Ain't
this
no
is your
brethren
segment.
to me.
Wow.
I don't like the Bills. I
Wow.
don't like the Bills.
Wow. Wow. So with that being said, as I cry, so in other news with Mr. KD, I ain't even gonna get to the topic. It's on you, sir.
Oh, we're going NBA. All right. First, let's start off with the player of the week. Player of the week, so just announced, was Jalen Brunson in the East, and a super surprise on West. I didn't even know it. I had to read it 3 times. Jaron Jackson Jr. was the player
Hmm?
of the week for the West. Yeah, yeah. Say it again. Jaron Jackson Jr. was the player of the East for the West, averaging 27, 8, and 3 blocks to tag onto that, bringing the
It's the
Grizzlies
three
to a 2-1
blocks.
record. I think it was a light week, so I
It
think
was
he
the three
stuck up on a light
blocks.
week. It had to be.
It
Had to be.
was the 3 blocks. I'm like 27 and 8. I'm like, all right. Sad to say, this is the one time I'll be like, can you read me Jokic numbers for the week?
Now Jokic, he had an off game because it's still triple doubles, but it was low scoring.
It,
So
it if you're averaging a triple double, I don't see how 27 and 8 would have got it. But I mean 27, 8, and 3, like I said,
especially
it's
when he
the
was
three
only two
blocks.
and one in the team record, I'm like, I think he just caught a light week. Um, and he capitalized on that. But Brunson was averaging 31, 5, and 8. So
Mm.
he earned his. But yeah, those are 2 players a week. A topic I wanted to talk about because I watched it last night. Did y'all see the Draymond Green incident on the sideline?
He left the team, and I said, yeah, I know he left the team, and we went. I believe he went back into the locker room, and it was him and Steve Kerr. It was
And they got into it.
there. Yeah,
That's definitely gonna be a topic for yours. So speak on it as you go ahead down your list.
Yeah, Draymond and Steve Kerr, they get into it every year. So this is nothing new, really. It was just 2 fiery competitors going at it. But the fact that he actually walked to the locker room and kind of, so to say, ejected himself, um, that is what garners the attention. Because at that point, what was said or what happened that the team went on the back burner and you prioritize yourself in that moment. So hopefully
I
more.
mean, it. I mean, of course, he like you said, he did ultimately leave, and then he did Like he did come back out. I
Oh,
mean, he
Steve said he won't play him.
didn't. I'm about to say, yeah, he didn't join the team. I'm about to say, no. I feel like at that point, if he would have stepped on that court, you have to start to question the leadership of the team. Because
Yes,
if my quote unquote, well, he's not even technically the star of the team, but if he's able to just dismiss you and the team because he feels like he matters more in that moment, and then he walks off and then is like, yeah, all right, I'm good now, and then just hop back into the rotation, is no, that's not okay.
oh, Steve blatantly he didn't elaborate on what was said and all the things they went through, but he clearly stated that he won't play no more. So he wanted to make sure that part was out there. But I think we'll get some more on that following up. But it's like we was talking about another situation in the NFL. The optics of it just don't look good, and that's really what it was. Yeah, that's really what it was. Uh, Big name guards have been mentioned in trades. Like I don't know the seriousness of it, but we keep hearing Lamelo, we keep hearing James Harden, we keep hearing John Morant, we hear Trey Young. Like what y'all feel like? Is there any substance to any of this, or they just trying to grab narratives?
I feel like with Jaws, there's a lot of substance. Just being that, I mean, I change of scenery could very much benefit him. I feel like the Memphis management should definitely start to kind of listen to some of the talks, just being with everything that they've kind of already endured with Ja, and with the suspensions back to back. I mean, I'm not even sure as to how many times he's been suspended this year, but I believe last year he was suspended for 3 times before actually getting having an injury. Um, as far as Trey, I think it would be more of just a change of scenery, hoping that he can actually establish something somewhere else that he already did in Atlanta. I mean, he did go have a deep playoff run in Atlanta before, but that I mean, since then nothing else has been established or even brought up so far. So a change of scenery could do him some good. As far as James Harden, I don't know. I feel like that's a quality volume shooter that some team could take. I mean, I the main place that I've heard was a reunion with Houston, but I don't know if that would work with Adoka's defensive personality. I don't know if that would necessarily fit his scheme, but it would allow them to get some quality buckets early and often.
So
I'm
out of
not
the
exactly
four,
sure on the last name you said though.
Darius Garland, out of those 4 or 5 names, how many think you think will actually be moved?
One.
Yeah, I'm thinking that too. One.
I honestly think it'll be Ja more than likely,
I'm sliding.
and
I ain't against
I
that.
kind of think it'll be
I'm
Darius Garland,
sliding
but
with
I think
Melo.
Cleveland wants to keep him.
I think Melo is going to be
Lamelo.
moved. Now, really, it's going to be hard because the injuries and everything makes it tricky. So once I said it, I thought about that part. So you're probably right with the John Morant situation, but I think it's only going to
So
be
with
one.
that being said, Mr. KD, I think Darius got a great chance. I think Lamelo, because his injury, got the worst chance of out of them all. But Ja, he's the most definite chance to me. I think he's going out of Memphis. I don't know where. I don't know what they're gonna get compensated for, but I believe just from now to the end of the season, or to now to the trading deadline, somehow, some way, they're going to have to find a way to move him. That's just my own belief.
Yeah, yeah. It's just you don't. I wanted to point it out because it's rare that you see this level of guard play
Okay. I
in
don't
trade
as
talks.
many times as Darius Garland has been in trade talks. I don't think Darius Garland gets moved until. Although I do think Cleveland sees Evan Mobley as a viable number one, or even more so a number two, but with Donovan Mitchell, they want Darius Garland aside Donovan Mitchell. So I don't think they're going to take and move Darius Garland unless they can bring uh,
Right.
another quality two especially a quality shooter to pair up with Donovan Mitchell.
So let me ask you this question, Mr. Mari, in particular. Jokic becomes the all-time assist leader in NBA history. Just what's your thoughts? I already know Mr. KD gonna say so. I'm not asking him. So what's your thoughts?
Bound to happen. It was gonna happen eventually. It was gonna happen sooner or later. I'm pretty sure he was probably the fastest to do it. It was bound to happen. I mean, there's not much to say about it. I mean, Jokic, and I wish Katie was on camera to say it, but best to do it.
Best in the world.
Hey, Mr. Amari, he had to be the fastest because he's the only one that does have done it. So like nobody else done it. So you got to be the fastest. Whatever your benchmark is, you the fastest to do it because you're the only one that's at that benchmark. So when you said, I was like, yeah, he obviously the fastest. Nobody else is there. So basically, Mr. KD, he's standing on the island by himself. What does this mean for him to be the all-time assist leader as a center?
Yeah, Jokic's the best in the world. It's stacking his resume as far as this is all, and he says it so many times. It's all going to look good once he's done. But that's one off the board. That's one off the board. We're going to stack. We're going to check that one. Leading assist center. Okay. We're about to get triple doubles, leading triple doubles of the league of history, any position by the time the end of the season. So, yeah, let's just keep checking those.
All right, Mr. KD, we're going to go to that sweet science, sort of the X's and O's of the feet. We're going to go to boxing. As Joshua dropped Paul, was this a good look for boxing? What's your thoughts, Mr. KD?
Good look for boxing. I don't connect it to the boxing as far as
just go ahead and connect it to the streaming world because that's all it was worth.
Right, I separated. I don't want to say the professionals because technically they are.
This was a TV show. They paid for viewership. This was.
I think it was good for
money.
Entertainment. It was good for entertainment.
This was a TV show and was meant to be paid to watch. It was all about money.
Yeah. Well, that's what it is about. Like even in the real boxing, so to say.
I mean, yeah,
it's about money now.
You're doing it for money. But it's
why the best won't fight the best? Because they don't want to lose that money.
Won that fight early. But I'm gonna drag this fight out because I'm getting paid. So are you?
I don't think he dragged it out. I think Jake Paul was doing a good job running, and I get mad when people are mad at him running. You got a guy that's comfortably 40, 50 pounds heavier than you, professional heavyweight, a top 5, top 3 heavyweight in most people's opinion. Why would you think I'm about to go into this fight and just slug it out with him? That makes no logic.
Not slug it out. But nobody paid to see this man looking like he lost a contact on the floor. Look like he lost contact lens.
You're talking about the end of the fight when he was tired and he was falling. I'm not talking about that part. I'm talking about the people that have a problem with him running.
6 rounds, Mr. KD?
Yes. What's wrong
so
it was only 8 rounds. What are we talking about?
From 3 to 6, that's 3rd round, 4th round, 5th round. That's 4 rounds.
No, he wasn't falling all those. He was running for the first 3. So
that makes it any better. That's what
I'm talking about. People are coming at him saying he was running for 3. Well, obviously the fans, you're one of them. Y'all just wanted to see him go in there and get knocked out. If you are thinking strategically, he's not walking in that fight for the first 3 rounds and trying to slug it out with Anthony Joshua. Your best bet is to avoid him, and hopefully he gets tired when some opportunities open up.
I ain't even gonna lie to you, Mr. KD. Running and hugging and doing all that leaning on, I get that. That's boxing. I get that totally. But this was abysmal. This like when the ref got to tell you that the people didn't pay for this.
And what round was that?
That this wasn't a good fight visually.
you're talking about two different segments. You're talking about once he was tired. Once he was tired, then it started looking.
No, I'm talking about in the moment. In the moment.
Fourth round, he started getting tired. Third round, fourth round on, he was
tired. I thought you said when he. Okay, I thought you said when he's tired.
Third round, you could see him wearing down. Fourth round on, he was exhausted. That dude is his mouth wide open and gasping like he was just done. So therefore, he was on the floor a lot. But I'm gonna tell you this: if I gotta drop down to get this little 10 seconds to try to gain my breath, opposed to being face down and on the internet for the next 6 months, hey.
And speaking of that, let me ask you one more question, Mr. KD, because you were somebody that said the last podcast you believe he was protected. Do you believe going into this fight that Jake Paul was protected?
No, going into it, I thought he would be. I thought it would be some manipulation to the whole thing. But walking away from it, I'm not saying it won't because it's still an option. But I feel like everything the way it turned out, I don't think this was scripted. I don't think this was manipulated. I think Anthony Joshua was there to kill that dude. Him running slowed that down. Some of the shots and counters he was throwing slowed it down, but he could only avoid the inevitable for so long. But I do not think it was scripted or fixed. Yeah, I think this was organic.
Ari, watching that fight from a scale of 1 to 10, what did you give that fight?
7, 7.5. It was like you said, it was a good fight. I mean, he was running for 3 rounds, but I mean, it was ultimately a good fight for what
But
it
you
was.
should expect anybody with good knowledge should have expected him to run for the first couple rounds. Like that has to be part of your game plan.
Hey, Mr. KD, I think I told you this right after the fight. Matter of fact, I think he need to go to promoting. I'm talking about Jake Paul. That is the card itself. I believe that was a good card. So I want to get you and Mr. a good card. What's your thoughts about that?
Well, he don't get credit for the card. The guy that I wish I knew his name right now, but he spoke during the card. His partner that put MVP together, he's in charge of the card lineup, so he would get credit for that. But yeah, it was a solid card. We saw Alicia Baumgartner put on a good performance. We saw Anderson Silva put on a good performance, even though he had to fight a replacement fighter. And the featherweights that started it off were decent as well. So it looked like a complete card. I didn't catch the preliminaries, but the main card looked like a good card. And yeah, it lived up to what I expected at least. So I don't walk away from it no way, feeling no way.
So, Mr. KD, this is the last boxing report, I guess. Bud Crawford retires. You may not have this off the top of your head, his top 3 fights or top 3 moments. If you do, please share that. But I want your thoughts about that. Bud Crawford retiring.
Oh, well, 2 for sure is Spence and Canelo. Because Canelo is what solidified him. Spence is what alarmed everybody. What other fight I would say? Maybe Gamboa. Nah, he was supposed to beat him. Yeah, I would be iffy on that third one, but for sure the Spence and Canelo fight are in that top 3. But we're talking about a 5-division world champ in 5 different divisions. 5-division world champ. He's been champ at 5 divisions. He's been undisputed in 3, retiring undefeated. And I think I said it on here where he has nothing left to prove. So walking away now, I wouldn't be opposed to that. I don't see no problem with that. Now, do I think he's retired as far as we'll never see him in the ring again? No. I think he's retired for now. The price is going to go up. He'll be back in the ring. But as it stands right now, if he was to really walk away, he walks away in the argument of the GOAT or a GOAT, so to say. So, hey, kudos to him. Best of wishes. But I do think we'll see Bud in the ring again.
So, we're going to get to our next topic, which is the X's and O's of basketball. What's your thoughts about the Christmas game and who you got for the winner? Is on you, Mr. Amari.
Although I do like the Christmas basketball games, I do feel like it's a true staple for Christmas. Hey, you can say what you want, but I'm about to say the NFL game is more entertaining. Um,
I knew you was going somewhere with that.
yeah, you know I'm going there. I'm still a football guy at the end of the day, but just
We
like
got
with the slate
Thanksgiving,
of
man.
games that they do have on, I do think I am going to be I'm gonna be a bit more tuned in this year. Um, I do give the NBA their credit because they hold down Christmas Day with games throughout the day, so I do appreciate that. But to start off, I got the Knicks beating the Cavs. I got OKC beating the Spurs. I got the Mavericks beating Golden State. I got Houston beating the Lakers, and I got Denver beating Minnesota.
Yeah, we right there with the same picks, except I got the Lakers over the Rockets.
All right, so I think I'm gonna take yours and make a parlay with it.
I feel like LeBron just he thinks of Christmas games differently.
Yeah, I say he liked Christmas
LeBron
games,
comes
so
to
that's what I'm
play
like.
on Christmas. Like LeBron usually comes to play on Christmas. And I'm thinking, I'm not sure. They might have Luca back. I'm not. I don't want to. Please don't quote me on that. But I think they might be fully healthy by then. But if not, even if not, LeBron just he brings a different animal to Christmas Day games. But hey, NFL, y'all got Thanksgiving, man. Come on now, don't be selfish. NFL Christmas games ain't that entertaining. I saw this lineup. I saw the lineup.
So, Mr. KD, I got the Knicks over Cleveland, the Thunders over the Spurs, the Rockets over the Lakers, Timberwolves over the Nuggets, and Golden State over the Mavs. What's your thoughts?
And you're just wrong. I don't have no other thoughts.
Your parlay ain't getting no money. Cash
Pick
that out.
what would make you pick the Warriors?
But I think the Warriors over the
Dallas.
Mavericks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're a better team, and I think I don't know how happy they're gonna be on Christmas. So I'm gonna go with Golden State. And
How healthy Luka
Draymond,
be?
off of everything that just happened, I think he'll be reinvigorated. And then with the playing Clay, I think they're gonna win.
You're entitled to
I
your
don't
opinion.
think I
My
don't
last
think
words.
playing Clay lights a fire under them, but
Not
I
no
mean,
more. They already played them. So it ain't
yeah.
like it's not no more.
I just don't think it really mattered. The first time was like, oh, it was good for the media, but I don't really think they cared.
I saw your Rockets pick because you're a LeBron hater, so I know that one.
Yeah, that and Luka being injured. But with that being said, I'm gonna side with you, Mr. Amari, and then Mr. KD. Who's your Eastern and Western Player of the Week for next week? This is your prediction. It's on you, Mr. Amari.
Go ahead and make a safe bet,
West,
Amar. It's safe.
I mean,
It's good
yeah,
grass
I ain't
over
gonna
here.
lie. For the West, I had Jokic and Shea. It
It's
was
good
one of the
grass over
two.
here. It's good grass.
And for the East, I actually had either Jalen Brown or Jalen Brunson.
That's safe. That's good grass too.
I already know. I already know. All right, so Miss Katie, who you got for the East?
Oh,
We
yeah.
already know. We
You
already know
already
who you
know.
got for the
You already know
West.
I got the West.
Yeah. So who you got for the East?
East. I gotta go out the box because it look like they're not letting nobody go back to back. So
I also thought about Cade.
I
Okay.
thought about King.
But I don't know how his.
And I'm
That's
going.
what I
Hey, it's a
mean.
prediction, so it's all right if I'm wrong. I'm going
Yeah.
Paolo.
Paolo. That's not bad. Probably,
Going Paolo.
All right. We're gonna get to our versus segment. Not about the S's and O's, more about the best versus the rest. Pick a side. 2 versus 2. Who's the best 2 route
Can
runners?
I pick?
Mr. KD, you got the AFC.
Oh,
Mr.
pick.
Amari, you got the NFC. And I'm gonna start with you, Mr. KD.
Well, of course, I have the luxury of picking the best receiver in the world. So
Ooh.
Jamar Chase, I will start there.
Who is number 2?
Yeah, that's really the part that everyone's waiting for. And it's
Like
route
I said,
running.
I got one name for you, and it's like,
I got my
well,
second, but I just want to break down the problems and the disparity between the NFC and AFC that I had to deal with on this front.
you ain't even got to
Chase
worry
is
about all that.
clear. Chase is clear.
I got names.
Route. I got names too. Route runner.
Names.
That's what we said, right? Route
Mm-hmm.
runner.
Route running. Route running.
So that's about creating separation, getting open. How consistently can you do that?
Yeah.
I
Your
went with
number
Lad
two can
McConkey.
be an old guy.
I
I was
went with
saying
Lad
number two
McConkey.
can be an old guy and can be okay. Lad McConkey, that's understandable. That is very understandable. Lad McConkey does create very good separation. Um,
I have my honorable mentions, but we can touch on that afterwards.
okay. Number one, just for separation, his separation per route run, JSN. Um, if you know who JSN is, Jackson Smith and Jigba.
Yeah, leading
Of
receiver in the league,
yeah,
leading
yeah,
receiver
the leading
yards.
receiver in the league. And then I mean in the NFC, it's like I kind of went with trusted waters for number two. I went with Devontae Adams. Um,
Wow.
I went with trusted waters. I mean, you
See,
could
that's what I'm saying.
go.
You had a
I
luxury.
I got names. It's
Yeah,
like
you had a luxury.
I at the point where I was like I said, I had to break it down. Like I said, I was looking at the separation per route run, separation versus man versus zone, and I Devontae gets open.
You had a luxury because
Yeah,
you got names that I wouldn't have picked those two. To be honest with you, they
I
on my list
mean,
of names, but I wouldn't have picked them as the two.
yeah, I mean, I had different parents. I had Justin Jefferson and
You gotta
Puka.
put AJ. You gotta put
I had a Monra. I had a Monra and Devontae. I had JSN and Justin Jefferson. I actually had Mike Evans for one. I had Mike Evans and Amon Ra.
CD.
Yeah, CD. It was CD and Chris Godwin. That was like pairing five.
I would have went with Puka and Jenna. Um, but Devontae, you can't go wrong with Devontae. Let me make that clear right now. You can't go wrong with Devontae. JSN, I can't put him over them guys because I got to see some more.
I say it's 1 year.
But
I feel
Amon-Ra,
like he showed flashes last year, but I mean this year, of course, he popped off. But I mean, Amon Ra been
can't
doing
go
it.
wrong with that either. So
Yeah, he been doing it. Devontae been doing it. Mike Evans been doing it. Justin Jefferson showed us from day one that he's been doing it. Um, like you said, in the NFC, there's picks.
so AFC, when you said that age part, you was going Keenan Allen.
I said, yeah, Keenan
I
Allen,
did.
Stephon Diggs. Um,
I ain't even
it's
write
some
them down, but they are route running extraordinary.
he's very new to the team, but I mean, hey, Adam Thielen runs some good routes.
Nah, he don't make the cut.
I mean, I wouldn't say like better
Nico got
than
to
none
make
of
the
them.
cut. Um,
I said Garrett Wilson was a good name that
Garrett Wilson, I put him down there
I
too.
thought you really could have said.
I guess I can still say Tyreek,
Although
even
he's
though he's
hurt,
hurt.
I was about to say yeah,
Yeah,
Tyreek. Yeah, I was about to
but I
say
went with Lad. I'm cool with going with
I say
Lad.
Lad is definitely a good.
Create separation.
He separates.
The scale was unbalanced here.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to ask you, Mr. K. Do you think the best route runners in the NFC?
I think the best totality of receivers is in the NFC. Route runners in the AFC. He is in the AFC.
When you can take the Packers wide receiving room and put them on other teams and they would more likely be starters in the AFC, it's
Packers.
it's kind
You
of
can name
crazy.
about
Like
you can name about 4 teams in this. You can name the Rams receivers, uh,
you can break up pairings and take them and they'd be wide receiver ones
Dallas,
on other teams.
Dallas receivers, and
I
we
mean,
can't
George
sleep
Pickens
on
was
Jordan
the number
Addison's
one.
route running either,
Yeah,
because
you
he
can't.
creates separation. So, or
I mean,
Jameson
that's
Williams,
you
he
didn't
creates
even
separation. Like
well, but he's also like the third fastest player in the league.
that's part of it. That's part of it.
But then you talking about like you didn't even touch on Philly. You got AJ Brown and Devontae Smith.
Right. Exactly. AJ Brown. Yeah. That's the
You
best
talking about
slant. That's the best
Malik
slant runner in the
Neighbors? I mean,
league.
he's been out. Malik Neighbors, Terry McLaurin. Well, I mean, I feel like Terry McLaurin is definitely one of the. He's more of an undersized contest catch guy, but he creates separation.
Yeah, you can go down some names.
Like in
You go
NFC,
down,
they have
we ain't
they
say
have that.
nobody in Chicago.
Yeah, I mean,
DJ Moore having a season, but
I say
he
DJ
just
Moore
was
kind of.
balling.
This is first year having a winning season since high school. So I mean, it's kind of I really wouldn't care either.
Yeah, you can run the list of it. I'm sure there's some guys in the AFC that if we really want to dive into it, um, can I think of one off the gate?
AFC
Rasheed
guy,
Rice when he's healthy is he can create separation.
Jerry Judy.
All right, let's next topic.
Yep. See, look, next.
With the next verse topic, I'm gonna start with you, Mr. Amari. The top 5 quarterbacks under the most pressure presently and moving forward this season.
He said
Um, although he was benched, Tua,
pressure.
but like, hey,
Oh
he's
no,
still under pressure.
what pressure he got for the rest of the season? No, he ain't playing no more. What pressure
Hey,
he
bro,
got?
you mess up these scout reps, you get cut.
He already cut.
But him, I feel like JJ McCarthy's under a bit of pressure. I mean, of course, with this now that we actually got to see a season or somewhat of a season of what he can do, and even now he's going back into, like I said, he's hurt, and he's more likely going to be hurt for most of the offseason until he can get back to recoup with the team. It's just more of some things that he's going to have to work out. But it puts even more pressure on him going into year 3. Kyler Murray, I've been saying it all year. Call it shots. Call it the guy that I genuinely just don't have faith in. Um, he has to figure something out. Is football the game that you want to play? Whether that be baseball or Call of Duty, you need to figure it out. Um, Matt Stafford, not true pressure on him. It's more pressure to retire. Um, it- it's like is this is the year that Matt Stafford gets it done again? Is this going to be his? Is this his? Was this his farewell tour? Will he be done after that? And Josh Allen in the offseason where you don't have Joe Burrow, Lamar, potentially no Lamar Jackson or no Patrick Mahomes, you need to get it done. So I feel like he's under the most pressure of anybody going into the postseason.
I was going to work. I was going to work my list from 5 to 1, but the way you ended that, I have to start at the top because you said the exact words I was going to say. Josh Allen is the most pressured quarterback right now, to the point that you made that I didn't know. The fact that all his AFC compadres are not uh, in the playoffs, so to say, right now, as we speak right now, this year. And the key words I wrote is what you exactly said. He has to get it done. And that's pressure. So it's on you right now.
I
We're not
mean,
saying you're the
because I mean
favorite or
now
nothing.
you have the one thing that each one of them besides Burrow has, which at so far is the MVP. You have that. So now you have to get to the next best thing, which is the Super Bowl. And like you said, now you have to get it done. He is under
We
that
could put
pressure.
we could put more sauce on it if you want. But like you said and like I wrote, it's strictly you have to get it done. Now is the time where you have to get it done. So that's why he was my top guy. He's under the most pressure. We ain't even weighing the circumstances, home field, not home. I don't care about none of that. This is it now. You have to get it done in this opportunity. You have to prove yourself right now for it to last eternities. You get to the top, you last eternities. So yeah, Josh Allen, we agree is number 1. Number 2, I had Jalen Hurts. And I think before I go into that, I think we read this topic differently. Because your pressure, when I look at your names, you were looking on some guys, you named some guys that this is your last chance type pressure. So I get that. But I was more so sliding towards the pressure of uh it's there for you. Go get it, like opportunistic pressure. So Jalen Hurts, usually around this part of the season is when he picks it up and gets going, and the consistency locks in,
Still
and
slow.
and the Eagles look like a dominant threat. And I'm not saying it's too late for that because, like I spoke about earlier, they're still the champions. They have a certain level of respect that they have to garnish, but it needs to happen. We need to see some of that.
Do you think this
Before.
is because I feel like their offense, although they have been relatively slow all season, do you think this is more because this all pretty much came after they started cracking down on the tush push?
Nah, nah. I really think it's the run game in general. Like
I mean,
Saquon
Saquon has
hasn't
been
been,
very
yeah,
unproductive.
Saquon hasn't been what you need Saquon to be. And I'm not saying
Mm.
it's all him, but I'm just saying the production has not been there. So that's what I think is really the definite part so far in this season. They have to get the run game going, and maybe they'll pick up steam from this last performance. We don't know. We'll see. Third, I got Jordan Love. Why Jordan Love? Because Jordan Love just got injured. Jordan Love is in a season where I don't care what injuries your team faces. I don't care what obstacles your team faces. You have to make the playoffs. And they're on the brisk of not, or the brink of not making it. So that would be really detrimental to their trajectory moving forward, because that was some people's NFC favorites coming into the season. If not number one, number two, and if not number two, definitely three.
I
So
mean, after
Jordan
the
Love has
acquisition
that
of
pressure.
Michael Parsons, they had to be.
Yeah, Jordan Love has the pressure on him where he has to perform. You have to make the postseason. That's what I put besides his. You have to make the postseason. Number four, Mr. Sam Darnold himself. Uh, Sam Darnold has to exercise those demons that left a bad taste in everybody's mouths last year with Minnesota. But with that said, do you know Minnesota finished 14-3 last year? And as we
Hmm.
stand right now, Seattle is 12-3.
And
And the
Minnesota
only
is looking at a
consistent
top 10
thing
pick.
between the two of those is Sam Darnold was the quarterback. So at some point, we have to give him some credit, some respect, some ado. But at the same time, this is part of the season last year where you fell off. And we started seeing the little chinks in the armor, and then you got to the playoffs and just blew it up. And you
We
look
started
horrible.
seeing the New York Jets, Sam Darnold.
Yeah. So you have pressure on you to exercise those demons and push the Seattle Seahawks into the real Super Bowl threat environment. Lastly, at five, I really went through a few names to see who really fit the bill, and I just decided on C.J. Stroud. C.J. Stroud with a team that's running off 7 wins since Denver's lost, since New England has lost recently. They are the hottest team as far as a win streak right now, and C.J. Stroud has a tendency to perform better in playoff environment, big game, late season environments. So pressure's on him to do it again. And I know that this is probably the worst roster he's had going into playoffs in these meaningful games, but nobody wants to hear that. If you're that guy, you got to perform. And yeah, the pressure's on CJ Stroud. As it got to get it done. But we on the same
All
page
right.
with Josh Allen. Josh Allen's the head
All right.
coach.
So with that being said, we're gonna get to the last topic, but I'm gonna say mine one, and I don't need no rebuttal. I'm gonna say Shador, because I think he's literally playing for his NFL career. So if he doesn't do great in the last 2 games, he may not even be in the NFL in the next 2 years. But with that being said, we can get to our sticky note topic of the week. What a gift! What is the present offensive player of the week? I mean, of the year is on you, Mr. Amari.
CMC. Katie.
Man, this is another one I couldn't decide. But since you was quick with yours, I'm forced to be quick with mine. I'm gonna stick with Jonathan Taylor. But I got names on this list like JSN made the list,
I got
Stafford made the
JSN.
list, James Cook made the list, Puka made the list, Jameer Gibbs made the list. Like I got
Yeah, I
names.
got
Since
some
you was quick,
names.
I'm gonna be quick. I'm gonna
Mhm.
stick with Jonathan Taylor.
Name a quick five. Quick
I,
five.
I did. Jonathan
I'm about to
Taylor,
say,
JSN, Matthew Stafford, James Cook, Jameer Gibbs.
yeah, Jameer Gibbs, JSN, CMC, Jonathan Taylor, Yeah, actually, yeah. You said Matt Stafford?
Yeah.
Oh,
But he's
yep,
gonna be
all right.
MVP.
Same list. The next person I had was Josh Allen.
Crazy thing is I didn't have Christian McCaffrey, so that kind of alarmed me. I had James Cook instead of Christian McCaffrey. Yeah, 1,000, yeah.
All right. With that being said, I need y'all to remember one thing. We ain't gonna play. We out.